Okay, here we go. The rematch from one of the tightest matches in the U.S. Open Finals. Aeoden Sinclair, Max McEnelly. McEnelly won it at the buzzer, so he got to sit today, but really Sinclair only wrestled one match. As Sinclair had a bye first round, then a forfeit in the second round. Passivity offered and confirmed on Sinclair. First one's just a warning. And McEnelly, that's the shot. That's his shot right there, that low single leg. Just like at the Open. Nothing yet, though. Somehow, Sinclair gets his legs back. Oh, McEnelly had him dead to rights, and the chest wrap from Sinclair. I think McEnelly might have thought he scored there on that takedown. And Sinclair is so dangerous with the chest wrap. McEnelly wrist control, inside tie. Coming forward. Nice reach to the shot from McEnelly. And McEnelly takes the lead on criteria, 2-2. He caught Sinclair reacting to his reach for the collar tie, slipped underneath. Under a minute to go in the first. Hand fight, constant between these two. That does it for the first. McEnelly in the lead, 2-0 on criteria. Sinclair, the exposure on the chest wrap. McEnelly, the takedown on the double leg. Nice ankle pick from McGregor. Sinclair was able to get out of this position in the first and again gets his legs back. Now reattack Sinclair. And McEnelly tried to set the corner for a second, then just kind of seceded the position. So Aeoden Sinclair up 4-2 on Max McEnelly. Remember though, at the US Open, you can't count Max McEnelly out to the very last second. He is still very much in striking distance with 2 minutes to go. McEnelly again going back to that double leg. Sinclair felt it this time. Ate it, brought McEnelly up with the underhook. McEnelly darting in and out, up and down from the outside. McEnelly likes to do this and then dot into his low single, and there it is. Can he score this time? Nothing yet. Sinclair gets his legs back. Grounded the call. Minnesota corner wanted one, or at least an attention, but they don't get it. 41 seconds to go. Sinclair can't get caught flat-footed. This is where Sinclair wants to be, tied up in those collars. McEnelly likes to operate from the outside. He is so good at darting in. Oh, but Sinclair now to the legs, and he's got it shelved. McEnelly dives under without exposing, but Sinclair kicks out and gets the takedown to ice it. Aeoden Sinclair. And he's looking for a gut wrench. How about 2 more for good measure? How about 4 more for good measure? 10-2. Aeoden Sinclair takes match 1 over Max McEnelly. All right, here we go. 86 kilograms, round 3. Max McEnelly versus Aeoden Sinclair. McEnelly won it at the Open. Sinclair took match 1 here about an hour ago.
Yeah, Sinclair really impressive in that one. Kind of poured it on late, 10-2 final. Don't see anybody score points like that on McEnelly. So Sinclair kind of did it in a lot of different ways too. Counter offense, off just straight leg attack offense, as well as parterre.
Yeah, multiple times McEnelly was able to get the Sinclair's legs, get him on his butt, but not finish. Sinclair would be able to get his hips up, legs back, and score. So those are the adjustments you need to make if you're McEnelly. Sinclair being warned for passivity, 46 seconds into this bout.
Yeah, if you're McEnelly, I don't know if you need to change the shot because he was getting in so clean. It's just maybe trying to change the direction that you're trying to finish, or possibly just try to get those feet up off the mat of Sinclair once you get him to his butt, rather than letting him be able to kind of press off those feet for those exposures.
Both wrestlers now warned for passivity, so next one either way is going to be a shot clock. And McEnelly's the guy staying in Sinclair's face here, but McEnelly's also very good when he operates from space. He likes to break tie, go into that low-level attack from space. Sinclair likes being in the hand fight. And it's going to be Sinclair that goes on the shot clock first.
He's got 30 seconds to score here. Always interested in watching, like, once guys go on the clock, like, if whose attitude changes. Does either guy try to score even when they're not on the clock? They've kind of already had the point in hand.
Especially in the first period, you don't see too many guys change it up too much.
Yeah, it's kind of just stay the course. That's exactly what Sinclair did. It's going to be one off the shot clock point for McEnelly. He's going to go up 1-0. 36 seconds to go in the first. I haven't seen McEnelly take that low attack yet. Wonder if he's kind of thinking about trying to wear on Sinclair a little bit more in this hand fight early.
And that does it for the first period. The passivity point, the only point. Not really many attacks either.
No, neither guy really able to get in.
And I'm sure McEnelly has that chest wrap counter in the back of his head from match one.
Yeah, and like early in the match, you don't want to put yourself in a deficit, so you don't want to go back to where a guy's really good. But late in the match, you kind of got to do what you got to do to put points on the board.
Sinclair controlling things right now with that righty collar tie. Now McEnelly to his righty collar.
Now it's McEnelly that's going to go on the clock. So Sinclair's opportunity to score here if McEnelly's unable to score in the next 30 seconds, but pressuring forward.
Oh, great mat awareness from Sinclair. He's going to get two.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. McEnelly kind of forced the effort for the step out, got extended all the way to his belly. Sinclair was able to sprawl to the side, keep his feet in bounds, and then actually jumped over when McEnelly kind of stopped wrestling a little bit. I think McEnelly might have thought he gave up the step out, but Sinclair had the wherewithal to realize they give you continuation there.
Yeah, you never want to stop wrestling and freestyle on the edge. So you never really know how long they're going to give for continuation on the edge. But there's the shot clock point that goes up for Sinclair as well. So just like that, he leads 3-1. Huge turn of events there for Sinclair.
I'm not sure if the game plan changes a whole lot for McEnelly. It feels like his game plan this bout has been to collar tie, wear on Sinclair, wear on him, tire him out, sting him late.
Yeah, takedown here, if nothing changes for McEnelly, would give him the lead on criteria. Just maybe try to continue to wear on Sinclair with that right hand. Get to that low shot. Kind of threatened it there.
Approaching the minute mark.
Sinclair just using that thumb block with his left hand.
And now, as we are within 50 seconds, I think, another shot clock on Sinclair's off the table. So McEnelly's likely going to have to get this done with a takedown.
Yeah, Sinclair keeping his butt towards the center, just holding his ground. Now McEnelly's really going to have to start threatening.
Sinclair hasn't been doing much this match in terms of offense, but
good head hands.
It's going to be enough. Oh, as I say that, McEnelly does McEnelly things.
10 seconds, he's got to get him down.
What are they going to say? 4 confirmed for McEnelly.
2 blue as well. 2 blue not confirmed.
That has to be 2 blue confirmed. But
For
McEnelly's going to win on criteria.
With the 4.
So it's going to be 5-5. McEnelly wins on criteria, but you got to challenge this, saying Sinclair initiated. He did reach down and grab the leg.
Yeah, and held him.
On first watch, I would like to see it before I really cement my answer, but it felt like for McEnelly to Sinclair was the right call. McEnelly was in the attacking position, initiated the throw that did expose Sinclair. Sinclair countered by grabbing the ankle and then holding McEnelly on his back. So 4 red, 2 blue, but officials are going to take a couple more looks at it and decide what the actual red answer should be.
Okay, I see. They just didn't put the 2 blue up, but it was confirmed. So it was 4 red, 2 blue was confirmed. But it's Sinclair's corner challenging. They want 2 and 2 blue.
And if McEnelly could sneak out another one late on Aeoden Sinclair to force a match 3. Look, I'm an unbiased party, but I'm not mad if we get a match 3 out of this.
Already got 2 coming. I'm here for it.
So call on the mat is confirmed.
1
so
for McEnelly.
Final score will be 6-5. Max McEnelly forces a match 3.
Man, really came up clutch there late, just as you were saying.
No kidding. Okay, here we go. 86 kilograms, round 3. Max McEnelly, Aeoden Sinclair. Sinclair, look at arm drag early. This is his signature takedown. He hasn't gotten it yet in this series. He finishes it here.
That's our final U20 match of the afternoon. This one for all the marbles. Wow, just brought him up right before Sinclair was able to get that gut. Sinclair in match 1 was really able to open it up in the second period to win 10-2. While McEnelly stole match 2 late with a takedown. Won that one 6-5. If you're Sinclair, you don't want to let McEnelly keep himself in this match late. He felt that at the Open in the finals, as McEnelly was able to get a late takedown to win. Also match 2, that late takedown won it. If you're Sinclair, you want to get up on 2-score lead at least.
Easier said than done.
Obviously.
McEnelly very good at reattacks. It seems like Sinclair's game plan here in this series has more or less been let McEnelly come to me.
Yep. Look for your drag. Look for that chest lock.
I need another drawer down here. We got somebody. Okay. Yes.
His first passivity on McEnelly.
Both these wrestlers leaning on each other. I'm surprised. It seems like the hand fight is a little bit slower than what I expected from McEnelly. Match number 2, it felt like he was a little more physical. Not necessarily attacking more. But
Trying to wear on Sinclair
Yeah.
more with that left hand.
Oh, and McEnelly just slipped. Not sure if there's a spot on the mat or what was going on there, but
Yeah, I missed it. And there's the first passive warning on Sinclair confirmed. Next warning for either guy, they will go on the passivity clock.
These two locked in ear to ear as McEnelly clears out looking for a shot. Time winding down in the first. That brings the first period to a close. The initial arm drag takedown for Sinclair. The only score, 2-0 in favor of the Missouri Tiger.
I liked what Sinclair was doing there in that period. You mentioned the hand fight, not as physical for McEnelly. Sinclair was kind of dropping his left elbow down to prevent McEnelly from being able to circle that hand in to really wear on him with that collar tie. So there's little adjustments these guys are able to make in between matches that really can make a difference from match to match, as we've seen already. Guys like Anthony Knox lost round one, was able to pick up the next two pretty handedly.
Just a collar tie flex off there between both guys. Neither one willing to break.
Sinclair really trying to fight that right hand of McEnelly, prevent it from getting to that collar, which it's a re-attack attempt for McEnelly. Sinclair looking for the go behind. McEnelly continuing to wrestle. They're going to go one blue, offered and confirmed. Incredible fight there by McEnelly. He looked dead to rights a couple times out of that exchange.
Yes, he did, and I didn't hear the whistle, so I thought he stopped wrestling again.
And gave up the takedown.
And gave up the takedown to Sinclair.
Man, that was crazy. Sinclair was so close to the corner on that go behind a couple times. McEnelly able to keep fighting that arm up and catch the leg to stay square. Forces the step out. Now would need 2 1s or a 2 to take the lead. Sinclair does have a 2-pointer.
.90 seconds to go.
It's right where McEnelly likes to be.
Yep. McEnelly's comfortable here.
Knows he has the ability to get to the legs of Aeoden Sinclair and finish late in matches. He's already done it twice. So we're just about to go under a minute to go, and there's that low shot by McEnelly.
Sinclair dives his legs back, and you saw McEnelly there just back out immediately, right?
As soon as he starts threatening.
Yep. He didn't give the extra effort to try and finish that. Foot slipped, McEnelly backed out. And I'm actually a little bit surprised he took that shot with about, 55 seconds to go, not 20.
Yeah. Maybe that went through his head, too. Do I want to get this right now and give Sinclair an opportunity to score? And he gets right back in on the single. McEnelly picks up the takedown. He now leads 3-2. And Sinclair able to fight back out.
Yeah, that was good work from Sinclair, right? Not to give up, just go parterre and burn clock.
Now Sinclair's got 19 seconds to go. After the attention on McEnelly. McEnelly's got to stay engaged here.
Right, Sinclair only needs one. McEnelly's evading pretty hard. Still 10 seconds.
Shot by Sinclair. McEnelly able to stuff it.
And one final shove from McEnelly, and he's going to do it. Max McEnelly, all heart.
So clutch.
So clutch, takes it out of the grasp of Aeoden Sinclair. It was right there.
Max McEnelly got the job done, man. Three matches against Sinclair. Tough opponent. Obviously, you guys are both world class, but take me through the series, the highs and the lows. You know, losing a match and coming back and winning the series.
Yeah, the first match, I was attacking a lot. You know, I was getting to his legs pretty easy, but he was pretty crafty when I get there. You know, jumping over the top. You know, scrambling ability and you know, catching my ankles and stuff like that. So the first match, kind of, you know, I wasn't picking the right attacks. I was kind of forcing them a little bit, and then he kind of capitalized off of them. But going into the second and third match, my coaches just told me, hey, put the pressure on, pick the right attacks. You don't need to shoot, you know, 10 times, and just go out there and hand fight and wear on them, and then find that one attack and one or two attacks that's going to take them down, and go out there and win the match. And that's what we did the last two matches.
What does going through a series like this do for you moving forward towards the Worlds, but in your career as well?
Yeah, it's just another step. You know, you always have the goal of, you know, making a world team, and obviously you want to do it in two, but to have to battle through adversity of almost getting teched in the first match to then winning the next two matches, you know, it takes a lot. It's not easy, but, you know, it's just another step in the road to, you know, where I want to ultimately be in August when I win the Worlds.
And not your first Worlds, but
Yep.
You know, you were bronze before, right? In
Yep.
17.
Yep.
Where do you think you've grown since then, and how will you get to the top step on the podium?
I think he honestly wrestles a lot like those foreigners do.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of laid back. He doesn't hand fight super hard. But, you know, I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to, you know, do what I do. I'm not going to change what I do because of who I wrestle. You know, strategically, we might do a little things different, but there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. So, yeah.
What do you remember about the last Worlds you were at and just the feeling, stepping on the mat? It's a different environment than anything we really, you know, put on here.
Yeah, it is for sure different. I mean, when you go against the dudes from the other countries, you know, it's like they live a completely different style of life than we do over here. And, you know, you see a bunch of different cultures when you're over there, so it's really cool. But the ultimate goal is to just go out there and, you know, kick ass and win Worlds.
Can you explain the volatility of a best-of-3 match, and just in yours in particular, where you're close in the first one, then you almost get teched, and then it comes down to a challenge brick at the end, and it's a tight match there. How is there such a range in these matches?
Yeah, it's just, you know, the way that you go out and wrestle the match. You know, obviously you saw in the first match that I went out and attacked a lot. And, you know, I was kind of forcing them a little bit, you know, trying to get to his legs. And I did get to his legs. I mean, if you count the shots in the match, he might have shot one time in the entire 3-match series. So, and I knew he was going to do that. So the whole time I was just pressuring him, hand fighting, moving him. And that's kind of the difference. I was just picking the right attacks instead of shooting a bunch of times.
I'm curious, like, offense versus defense, right? You're a very offensive guy. He's very defensive or counter-offense, however you want to say it. But
Yeah.
How does that type of matchup play, like when you're a wrestler? I mean, do you want to go out and do you prefer being the offensive guy? I mean, is that, especially as you're looking at these foreign opponents, I mean, just take me through the dynamic of offense versus counter-offense and the styles.
Yeah. You know, I would say I'm a very offensive wrestler, but I would say that I have great re-attacks too. For him, he's very defensive. He doesn't like to shoot a lot, doesn't like to go under. So when you wrestle guys that are like that, it's kind of, you know, like I said before, picking the right attacks instead of forcing, you know, 10 different types of shots, right? Because he's gonna counter it, he's gonna score, and, you know, that's what we saw happen in the first match. And then the second match, you saw I didn't really shoot in the first period. I just kind of went out and hand fought with him, moved him around the mat, got him tired, and then towards the end got the takedown and ended up getting 4 off of that. So that's kind of where it changes. I think if, you know, he were to open it up and shoot, I would have destroyed that match, but that's just not the case.
Where do you go from here? I mean, what are you focused on? What's your training look like and your preparation?
Yes.
Couple months.
Just staying in the golf room with, you know, coaches, Michael Kemmer, Aeoden, Becker, Sanders, strength coach, getting physically ready for it. You know, it's a tough tournament going over to the World Championships, but, you know, you got to have a balance too. You know, it's summertime, you got to enjoy yourself a little bit. So, you know, I'm excited to get out on the lake, hang out with my friends, and then, you know, prepare for the World Championships in August.
How does this feel different than a Big Ten final, NCAA championship semifinal, and then you come here? It's just a smaller venue, but a lot on the line. How do those feel different?
Yeah, it's just about being a competitor. It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what arena you're in, who you're facing. It's just about going out there and wanting to win. And every time I go out there, I'm coming in with the mindset that I'm not going to let this guy beat me. So, there could be no fans, and I'd still have the same mindset going into there. So that's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Max.
it.